play.
Now that was a game introduction if you ask me, short, sweet and to the point. Hello and what is up guys, my name is PixelPolish and welcome to my blind playthrough of Neverwinter Nights 2. A long overdue blind playthrough, or playthrough at all, because this is a game that I always wanted to play, but for various weird reasons I never did, and I always regretted it, but lately a physical copy of Neverwinter Nights 2, the day one regular copy, not some gold or extra classics edition, fell into my hands for barely nothing, and I was very happy to actually give it a chance. I played roughly an hour or so of it just to check it out if the game holds up and if it's worthy of doing a playthrough. But from what I've seen so far, it definitely is, so let's get on with it. So for those who don't know, this obviously, judging by the number 2 in the title, is a sequel to Neverwinter Nights, which was released roughly around 2003, I believe, which originally was supposed to be Baldur's Gate 3. But for whatever reason they have changed their mind and they've made a completely different game out of it. Based on the same world and lore and everything, just shifted focus from Baldur's Gate to Neverwinter, which is another major city in that world, in Faerun. But yeah, right now let's go ahead and create a new character. I'm gonna go with Half-Elf because this is... I've been playing these games like Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dales, Neverwinter Nights, etc, since the very first day they came out, and Half-Elf was always my favorite race. Let me read you the description, maybe there will be something about it that I actually wanted to mention. Humans and elves sometimes wed, the elf attracted to the human's energy and the humans to the elf's grace. These marriages end quickly as elves count years because a human's life is so brief, but they leave an enduring legacy, half-elf children. The life of a half-elf can be hard. This is, yeah, I think one of the points that I wanted to raise is coming up. If raised by elves, the half-elf seem to grow with astounding speed, reaching maturity with 2 decades if... on the other hand, it is raised by humans. The half-elf finds herself different from their peers, more aloof, more sensitive, less ambitious, and slower to mature. Well, this is not exactly what I was thinking about. I see half-elves more... If you have ever read Dragonlance saga, Stannis, the main half-elf in the story, it's something more... along these lines, as in, you're neither elf, you're neither human, you share obviously some traits of both, But it's not only about the racial traits, it's more about, you know, feeling like you belong somewhere. Because half-elves are kinda frowned upon by both sides, actually. And they have a harder time, you know, finding friends and safe spaces or whatever. And harder to adjust, but because of that they have a very unique character, and the friends that they do make are something unique, you know. They are very open to other races, etc, etc. And this always resonated with me personally, especially when I was younger, when I was a teenager, like old teenager, when I started playing these games for the first time. This resonated with me a lot because I'm kinda like that, you know. I'm not a half-elf, but when it comes to, you know, my friends, all the cultures, subcultures that I have meddled with, I've got friends pretty much of all colors, races, subcultures, etc. But I don't identify with any group in particular. I stayed neutral, and this is just how I roll, you know, and it kinda makes for an interesting life. By the way, I'm kinda trying a little bit to recreate myself, but obviously the character customization options are limited. One thing that I need to mention is that I am actually using faces mod for this game, because as this game, when it comes to graphics, aged pretty goddamn well. But man, the original faces, especially, well, I don't know if especially, but the half-elf faces were so ugly. I just couldn't stand it. So I installed the mod, which makes the faces look much better. They are still similar in shape and features, etc., but just look generally better, and not like some mutants being beat in the head with an ugly stick or something like that. Okay, and going with the tradition that I was always going, I'm gonna be a druid, because druids are pretty cool, you know. They are, you know, fighting for nature. They are neutral in general. They use a cool blend of magic, nature-based magic, which is a very specific kind. Those of you familiar with AD&D will be, you know, you will know what I'm talking about, but all of you who didn't ever meddled with AD&D, I guess you'll see. And I'm gonna go with chaotic neutral, and actually this description is pretty spot on, so I'm gonna read it to you so you know exactly why. And this is again one of these things that I'm transplanting from real life to these games, and I always was. A chaotic neutral character is an individualist, resents restrictions and challenges tradition. He does not intentionally promote anarchy, however, as that would require he be motivated either by good and desire to liberate others, or evil and desire to make others suffer. A bard who wanders the land living by his wits is chaotic neutral. Chaotic neutral represents freedom both from society's restrictions and from a do-gooder's zeal. Though a character of this alignment is not totally random in his actions, he is not as likely to jump off a bridge as to cross it. So yeah, this is another trait that I strongly... this resonates strongly with me. As this brief, short description pretty much tells you how I am in real life. I mean, I'm mostly neutral, but I, just like the description says, I resent restrictions, traditionalism, etc, etc. But yeah, the next step is to select a deity. So let's go. Usually, actually, when I was playing other games like Neverwinter Nights 1, etc, playing as a druid, I was going with Selune, or Selune, or however the hell you pronounce it. Our Lady of Silver, the Moon Maiden. She's chaotic good, portfolio good and neutral, lycanthropes, moon, navigation, questers, stars, wanderers, blah blah blah. So this is what I was usually going with, but in this game you've got a little more options, and I really like the description of this one. Fenmarel Mestarine, aliases the Lone Wolf, and I'm gonna go back to that in a moment. Alignment, chaotic neutral, there we go. Portfolio, feral elves, outcasts, scapegoats, isolation. Favorite weapon, dagger. The favorite weapon part does not interest me at all. But I like all things wolf, that's one thing, and you know, she's a chaotic neutral goddess, so why the hell not? Okay, let's just use recommended stats. And again, I'm sorry, just like with Monster Hunter Online, you will not be able to see my cursor, which shouldn't be important to the gameplay at all, honestly. You will see all the highlights, etc. and pop-outs and things like that that I conjure up with my cursor. But my capture software does not capture software cursor, it would have to be hardware cursor. But yeah, that's just a minor annoyance. Okay, and here you can select background. Background is like a feature set that slightly modifies your starting skills, stats, etc. But none of these really suit me. I've read all of the descriptions, and from what I remember, it was the same in any other games. I was just going with no background, so let's go with that. And let's go with default druid, because this is actually my favorite playstyle for this class. Okay, and now for the name. As I've said, I've been playing the living shit out of Neverwinter Nights. Not single player, because I'm gonna go back to that during my playthrough, but single player wise, the game was a major letdown. The game fell from Obsidian, or rather Black Isle Studios back in the day, into BioWare's hands. Yes, the same BioWare who made all these great games like Mass Effect, etc. But they have freaking butchered it. They have watered down the gameplay so much. It was like a shit to the face of the old cRPGs like Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate 2, Icewind Dale, Icewind Dale 2, Planescape Torments, etc. It was so streamlined, so linear. But I'm gonna go back to that as we progress with the game, and there will be nothing interesting to comment on. So I'm gonna call this guy... Oh, no, he's straight. I'm gonna call this guy Maximus... what? Athal. And why is that? Because I was role-playing online with other people in this game the shit out of. And this was exactly the name that I was using back then in Neverwinter Nights 1 in online games. So I'm gonna stick to that as a sort of a tradition. And luckily, which satisfied me greatly, we've got the same set of voices plus additional voices. But we've got the same set of voices from the original game, from Neverwinter Nights 1. And this one is my favorite. Male, mature swashbuckler.
To the fight, my friends! That's it for you! Take that! Have at thee!
Yeah, I kinda like the tone of this guy, you know? He's just so cheerful in a way. He's a swashbuckler, right? So yeah, I'm not gonna check the other voices. Age 33, oh my god, last time I was typing that in any Neverwinter Nights game, it was 23, believe it or not. Oh man, time flies. Okay, let's finish this up and start with the story.
So many years ago today. Ah, my foster son is up and dressed, I see. Today is the High Harvest Fair, and the West Harbor Village Council requires me to man the archery competition. The human need to celebrate Remembrance Days baffles me, but at least something productive may come of it. The merchant Galen is here. He'll want my furs, as he usually does. Coins can be useful in getting by. This past season has been a hard one, for both tilled fields and wildlands. While I attend to the archery contest, I will need you to deal with the merchant. Fetch my furs from the chest, over by the painting.
Alright, so this first part of the game is basically just like a tutorial kinda. You'll see these pop-ups all the time. Welcome to Neverwinter Nights 2, if this is your first time, blah blah blah. Disable pop-ups. Because after playing the original game so much, I just know this interface and everything by heart, even after all these years. Another mod that I'm using, which is not, you know, readily apparent, is a much bigger HUD and fonts, because right now that I'm playing in 1080p, the fonts were tiny and the dialog windows were super small and it was super inconvenient, so I changed that and it works great.
Good. I see you have the furs. Galen has probably set up his tent on the village green. He'll be enjoying the fair with the rest of the townsfolk. Last season I asked him to bring a duskwood bow to trade. Sell him the furs and use the coins it gives you to purchase the bow. Your friends await you at the bridge. I suppose you're anxious to see the fair. But don't forget to trade with Galen.
Alrighty then. So yeah, this is our character's Faja, but I don't think he's his, like, real father. I mean, technically I'm a real half-elf, so that would make sense, but I just as well might have been a dwarf. So obviously he's my foster father. And the story behind all of that is still a little bit unclear to me. As I've said, I've played through basically the tutorial act and a little bit of Act 1, but very, very little. I didn't want to spoil myself too much before starting this playthrough, because I want to get in blind. I mean, I have been, you know, staying away from any facts about this game, any story spoilers, any articles about this game for the last 9 years, because this game was released in 2006. So I'm not gonna spoil myself now.
There you are. Come on, the fair's already started.
It's the biggest fair in years. There's folk in from all the outlying farms, and even a few from outside the mare. That means a big audience.
A big audience, all cheering for us.
I like her freckles.
This year's our last chance to compete for the Harvest Cup. Our last chance to win.
Yay! By the way, their faces were replaced as well. I mean, they are technically identical to the originals, just, you know, looking more polished. Okay, what's the competition look like?
The Mossfelds won both their matches in the Harvest Brawl. They'll be tough to beat. But Amy's bound to win the tourney of talent for us.
I convinced Tarmus to teach me a few new spells. And I dug up a couple more from his spellbooks when he wasn't looking. Anyway, I heard Will Mossfeld is doing the same act this year, so that should help my chances.
Oh, gods. Not the pixie impressions again.
Okay. Okay, some of the answers are obviously, if you are familiar with even BioWare games, you've got like different sort of responses you can give to NPCs, like being rude, being nice, being neutral, etc. So I'm not gonna be rude, I'm not gonna be evil or super goody two shoes, just something in the middle. Okay, we have the whole day ahead of us. What's our first stop?
We sign up with Georg in the village square. Come on.
Alrighty then. By the way, you can play this game in many different modes. Like, this is my favorite one, because this is something that I got used to in Neverwinter Nights 1. So the camera is centered around the character and you rotate it, zoom it in, zoom it out, pan, and etc, etc. But you can also play in a very, very classic cRPG style, you know, top-down view, like this, which is also nice, but I kinda grew accustomed to the Neverwinter Nights style. And also there's this, like an action controls, so you can strafe, you look around with a mouse, so it's more like an action game, something like from the more recent BioWare games like Dragon Age and stuff like that, but...
And the blight.
Oh?
You're sure it's spreading, Orlin?
It's no blight, Georg, it's something else. There's no mold, no rot. It's like the crops don't want to grow. Like they haven't the guts to up and face the sun.
What do the druids say?
Well, it's just a rub, Georg. There's no druids to be found.
Hey, I'm a druid.
Nor hill.
I'm standing right here.
Warned me of troubles, long before I noticed the signs myself. But this time, we're out in silence. You think we ought to say something? Everyone's gathered for the fair, even from the outlying farms.
No. They ought to be free from cares, at least for a day. We'll go round tomorrow. Talk to the households one by one.
Right you are, Georg. Tomorrow, then.
Right, Georg.
Aha!
Hey, what's up, Baldy?
I've been wondering when I'd see the three of you. Last year to compete, isn't that right?
That's right. What are the rules this year?
Rules are the same as ever. Win 3 of the 4 events, and you win the Harvest Cup. Win all 4, and the village council grants you a special prize. And nobody's done that since old Cormac.
Just you wait. What are the 4 events?
Well, there's the Harvest Brawl. Old favorite, that one. And the Tourney of Talent. But you've got Amy on your team, so you're certain to win.
Thanks, Georg.
Sure
Just the
thing.
truth, young lady. Your foster father's running the archery competition, as always, and I managed to convince Thomas to supervise the Knaves Challenge. I guess the Knaves Challenge will be your toughest event, though the Mossfeld boys might say otherwise.
Meh. It's gonna be easy. Why should I say that?
Will and his brothers have won the Harvest Brawl 3 years running. It'll be tough to dislodge them, but remember, you only have to win 3 events to claim the cup.
Got it. Okay, the Mossfelds are decent fighters, but they can be beaten. And they will.
Keep an eye on Bevel, and don't let the Mossfelds get him riled. That's how they always beat him on the practice field.
Yeesh, Georg, I'm right here, you know.
If you have any troubles, you know where to find me. Oh, and good luck in the brawl!
Thanks, old buddy, old chum, old friend of mine. Okay, let's get moving. So yeah, Neverwinter Nights is Neverwinter Nights 2 is very different from Neverwinter Nights 1, because Neverwinter Nights, as I've said, strayed far, way too far from the good old cRPG formula, and they casualized it beyond freaking repair. But Neverwinter Nights 2 fell back into the hands of the guys from Obsidian, and from what I've played so far and from what I've read from the old reviews of the game, they really finally get the game back on the proper tracks. And even after playing for an hour or so, I could see that you see you've got your team, you can command all of them.
I would say yes.
And it's open world again, with the world map that you travel between the areas. None of that was in Neverwinter Nights 1. It was all linear, there was no party system, you only had one henchman, controlled 100% by AI, and it freaking sucked. But okay, let's take part in the first competition. I mean, there is no first or last, I can do this in whatever order I want, but let's talk to my foster father and start the archery contest.
So, you've decided to compete for the cup, I see. I know this is your last year, but the rules apply to all, even foster sons.
Yeah. Fine, I'm ready to
Fetch
begin.
a crossbow from the barrel and take a few shots at the practice target. You must hit the target once before you can compete.
Thank you for the intel, broski. Okay, loot all, please. Inventory screen. The inventory screen is also very different from the default one thanks to this mod, but is more convenient, way more convenient for high resolutions. Okay, equip. Bolts, equip, and what is this? Oh, first, yes, I forgot that I need to go to this Galen guy and trade, but we're gonna do this after this contest, so-called contest, because it's not really a contest. Everything here is so ridiculously easy because it's basically a tutorial in disguise.
Are you ready to compete then?
Yes, I'm ready.
The rules are the same as last year. 10 shots and 10 targets. Your targets will be old bottles, set atop the crates yonder. 5 is the best score so far. If you remember the lessons that have been taught to you, you should be able to best that.
Alrighty, but man, my foster father is freaking wooden.
This is an archery contest. Keep your distance from the targets.
Come on! Okay, this is good enough, I guess. So yeah, this will be rather easy. Come on, faster. The reason why I'm shooting so slow, people who never played the cRPGs based on the AD&D system, This is really all turn-based. The turns are just, you know, slightly hidden under the real-time facade. I can actually pause the game at any time, like this. You know, issue commands to both my character, my teammates or whatever, select targets, blah blah. But this is all turns, and obviously my character is level 1, so everything he does is weak and slow. But this will change over time. So don't think that whole this playthrough will be that slow and tedious. Okay, one more battle. Not even missing any of the battles, so that's cool. And I'm also out of bolts, I think. Yeah, there was just enough bolts to take down all the targets.
Well done. A perfect score wins the competition outright. I've rarely seen such a fine performance so early in the day. You have a marksman's instinct. That much is plain. Go on now, there's still more of the fair to see.
Alright. So yeah, as I've said, the foster father is really wooden and so distant and I don't know how else you could, you know, describe that, but I think there's a good reason for that. And that reason should probably be revealed sometime, somewhere in the story, but where is that Galen guy? Ah, Galen, there we go. That's the merchant that I was supposed to speak with. Okay, why are you there? He did, in fact. I have them right here, so I'm giving him the first. I'm not gonna read all the dialogues that are not really all that important. Yes, I'm ready to trade. So, this is a tutorial of how to trade, basically. Selling furs, buying bow. There we go, that's it. You also have your quest journal with all the objectives, etc. But in this stage you really don't need to actually follow it if you have any sort of short-term memory.
You stand as this year's winner in archery, and the first to achieve a perfect score.
Yes, I'm awesome, I know. I brought you the Duskwood bow.
A fine bow. A fine one. Made by one who loves his craft. You may keep the rest of the gold as your allowance for the season.
Oh, thank you, Daddy.
That's all I require of you. No doubt your friends will be eager to return to the fair.
Yes, okay. Which contest shall we attempt next? Let's go for the knaves, because it's pretty interesting.
Enjoying the fair? Packs of feral children set loose to find trinkets. Grown men braining one another with clubs. Do you know they're actually granting prizes for the fattest pig? As if the creatures needed encouragement.
Yes, this guy is very positive, as you can see. Good to see you too, Thomas.
I expect you are here for the aptly named Knaves Challenge. Surrounded by muck and reek, and why not encourage our children to be thieves as well? That's what I always tell them. Come to think of it, I don't believe any of you has the skills to compete. Not that I'm complaining, mind you, but you'll need to find someone who can pick pockets and break locks and search for hidden trinkets if you want to compete.
Lock breakers? Pocket pickers? I don't know anyone like that. Do you?
Okay... We'll have to ask around, I suppose.
What about Kip? He's always nicking vials from Tarmus, and he's right over there behind the tent.
There we go, that's Kip, that small guy. But yeah, that camera work was fantastic. She was talking, Bevel was being shown, so yeah, great. Well, it's an old game. Okay, look, I'm just watching the fair, alright? Whatever it is, I ain't done it! Actually, we're here wondering if you would like to join our team. Yes, really, we want you to join our team. Okay, so... He was... What did he say? Sorry for beating that big lummox on the head with all those times. Didn't mean any harm by it. He's just funny when he gets angry. So yeah, he was throwing acorns at Bevel's head when he was training or something. It won't happen again, right, Kip? Yeah, I swear it. Blah, blah, blah. good enough for me. Let's go. Okay, so now we've got a little thief in our team.
Isn't that the boy who stole my basilisk eyelash? And not once, but 4 times.
That's right. My frog needed eyelashes. Then I got him a sweetheart and she needed him too.
Potty mouth. Okay. He's just kidding. We're ready for the Knaves challenge.
Don't trouble yourself on my account. I'll settle with the young artiste and his frogs later. Before you begin, I suppose you'll want to hear the rhyme.
If it's a part of the Knaves challenge, then yes, say the rhyme.
Very well, but it's dreadful. Don't say I didn't warn you. I've hidden 3 feathers, scattered them wide, placed white in a box, and locked it inside. Blue followed termite tracks down where they ran, green in the pocket of same-colored man.
So we're looking for 3 feathers?
Yes, you and half the waifs in West Harbor. I adore children, did you know that? Swamp children, particularly.
Yeah. Right, we'll be back with the feathers. So this one is pretty easy. Like, well, I should stop saying that because all of them are pretty easy. So you see these logs, they are... Oh, camera, stop spinning! What the hell? Camera! Camera! Okay, this is a bug. Look, something under the logs. Yes, I know. Why are you spinning? Stop it. Okay. So for those of you unfamiliar with AD&D games, cRPG games, red means there's a trap. So you need to use your guy, your thief in this case, to disarm the trap like this. And my wolf companion just summoned itself, because why not? Oh, wow, Kip failed. Come on, Kip. Try again. Are you a thief or not? Holy smokes. Uh-huh. 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 Okay, so I think this was actually supposed to happen, like we were supposed to touch it to trigger the message that it's a trap, and say, still failure? What? Come on! Last time I played it, he did it on his first try, so oh, finally! Yes. So I don't know what's going on with him this time. So we've got the blue feather. The white feather is in the box, which is obviously closed, but that's why we've got a thief among us. Come on, Kip. Faster. Alrighty then. Unlocking. There we go. Yes. That was fast. This time he didn't fail twice in a row. By the way, I think there was a barrel or something like that lootable behind this. Oh, not yet. Okay. I'm spoiling here a bit. And the green feather was in the pocket of the man with the same. There we go.
Same-colored man. I'll bet that's him over by the house. The feather's in his pocket. It's got to be.
You're genius.
Yep.
I would not figure that out. Okay, so let's pickpocket this guy. Whoops. Failed. Need to wait for the cooldown. And again. There we go, Kip. Okay, so we can go back to the grumpy wizard and finish this. I'm gonna try to breeze through all of this because, as I've said, this is all cool, fine and dandy and looks interesting, but, you know, it's not really... There's not really that much to it. It's just a tutorial.
It's a dreadful day for a fair. Not even the tents are managing to look cheerful.
We brought you the 3 feathers.
The gods. The Knaves challenge is won, and I can go someplace dry. I'd kiss all of you, but no one respects an affectionate wizard.
Best of luck getting dry. This is... well, you enjoy being dismal, don't you?
Far from it. I'm quite cheerful by nature.
Yeah.
That's why I moved to a swamp, you know. Sort of a challenge to myself.
Right. You're very freaking cheerful. Okay, so on to the next challenge. By the way, this is... I know this is just a tutorial, but this very first part of the game is a little bit lazy on the writer's part. Like, this rhyme and everything, it was so obvious and so easy, and I understand why, because this is a tutorial, but this implies that the other, you know, villagers in here are fucking morons. But let's just skip past that. Quick, quick, they're all waiting for you, dear! So, Amy is actually a wizard as well. Are you ready for this, Amy? Okay, no. Come on, Amy. Your public awaits. There we go. So, first... summoning. So, let's summon up a quick cast thingy. And summon a Wolfie. Ooh, all the children are like, eee! Okay, so the next one... what's supposed to be the next one? Okay, enlargement spell, okay. So now, I'm gonna cast Enlarge Person on Bevel. Whee! Success. Bevel, you big hunk, you. Okay, and now... Acid Splash, because why not? On the barrel, boom. So this is basically like a magic show for kids. But whoever impresses the crowd the most wins it. Oh, so that's actually his mother? Bevel's mother? Interesting. I never noticed that before. Okay, apprentices of theirs, if they want the talent show. Yeah, we want the talent show. Say, that was quite a show! You're good with magic, young Amy. More than passing skillful, if you ask me. Though I know you didn't. Huh? Thought I... oh, okay. I, wonder if you might have... I'll take a look at a pig. What? A pig? Aye! That great hulking brute, Louis Johns. His prize pig, he calls it, but I call it a trick, a cheat. I've never seen that hog before, and I've an eye on the for hogs, as folks will tell you. Yeah, that sounds kinda creepy, dude. Alright, we'll take a look at this pig. So, basically, there's the biggest pig competition, and this guy here, Louis Jones, tries to fucking cheat. Because he imbued the pig with magic, supposedly. But also I have leveled up. All my team have actually leveled up, so it's time to do just that. Okay, recommend, finish. Yes, I'm not gonna go into depth with like custom builds and stuff, because actually the very default settings for my druid are just perfect. And as for the other teammates, it doesn't really matter. You'll see why later on. Yep. Okay. Everybody leveled up. So let's take a look-see at the piggy. With Amy, because she's the skillful one in detecting magic and shit like that.
Well, Orland's right. This pig's been enchanted. It's a faint aura, so it could have been a simple enlargement spell, or maybe a potion.
Can you dispel it?
Well, Retta did give us a scroll of lesser dispel. All I'd have to do is read the words.
Wait a minute. Shouldn't we say something to Louis? He's a foul old wretch. But we ought to give him a chance to withdraw his pig from the contest before he's shamed in front of everyone.
Good point. Let's talk to Louis first. And this chick, what did he want? She like butted in right in the middle of the conversation. That's rude.
We know that your pig's been enchanted.
Oh, you know that, do you? Well, knowing one thing's... well, knowing a thing is one matter and proving is another. I'll say you're a liar, spreading tales of what muttonhead Orlan. Okay, I'm gonna skip this conversation. He's fucking lying, obviously. Of course, it could be that I'd pay you better to shut your mouths. Okay, so he's trying to bribe us. But I'm not gonna fall for that, because this is all bullshit. No deal. Withdraw your hog from the contest, or will dispel the enchantment. That's a bluff, nothing more. Oh, and see, this is why I'm against this guy. The orphan wench is a mere apprentice, and Tarmas wouldn't trouble himself with farmers and pigs, blah blah blah. This guy is not really nice, and I don't like not really nice people.
Get in line. Follow me.
So I will choose lesser dispel. Okay, give it to Amy. Actually, I can cast it as well, because I'm a druid. So a druid can read scrolls, but let Amy do the job, because why not? Okay. Lesser dispel. Cast on the piggy. Oink oink. Piggy, small. Hells take you! Look what you've done to my pig. Because you're a freaking cheater. You bastard, you. Okay, who was the guy? Oh shit, I actually forgot. Who was the guy that talked to us about the pig in the first place? This guy? We'd like some harvest mead, since we are already talking with this guy. Oh, what? So he has some reservations about selling beer to Amy, I guess? Mead, I mean. And now this here, Langley, on your way, oh, blah blah blah. Swinging hips. Right, sorry, we're going. What swinging hips? Oh, he was talking something about swinging hips. I'm not even reading the half of this, to be honest, because this is really irrelevant. I don't know why I have such problems with this word. You two told me you'd made that up. Sounds like you planned the wrong act for the talent show. What the hell is going on? Give us a song. No thanks, not without a whole lot of mead. Well, but this guy is not selling us mead. Okay, where was that dude? Orlen? Orlen. Oh yes, Orlen. It was Orlen. Now I remember. Yeah. Glad to be of help, Orlen. Continue. Oh, and he gave us some nice pork jerky. Awesome. Pork jerky is good. Beef jerky is better. But okay, so Tarmas done, archery done, magic's done. So we have basically already won the festival. But now it's time to beat these guys up. The Mosfeld brothers. So Brother Mering is holding the competition. He is a Lathander, like priest or something like that. Lathander is a god of healing, etc, etc. Have there been any injuries already? A few scrapes and broken bones, mostly on the hands of the Mosfelds. Poor Garth, Lannon, blah blah blah. Okay. Have you been enjoying the fair so far? The Morning Lord sets us upon a strange path. Before I came to West Harbor, I never imagined I'd be mending broken ribs on a high harvest day. Alright. Don't other villages celebrate the Harvest Brawl? I'm not sure the Harvest Brawl is observed in any other villages. Though a Harvest Ball is certainly common enough. Huh. So possibly somebody got the name wrong and they have started just beating each other, you know, with clubs. Because why not? Indeed, I'm in the mood for some brawling right now. Practice a bit first. There's a practice dummies all over there. Once you go, okay, so we need to grab clubs from here. Loot all. Equip every team member with it. Well, the three main team members. Because the kid will not be taking part in the brawl anyway. Yeah, let's...
Please don't hurt me.
Oh, what? Hulk, smash! You smash too. And you smash too. You don't have to use freaking magic for dummies. Come on. Amy is weird. Okay, so 2 of the dummies destroyed. Amy, what the hell? We're going a little bit overboard with this. I'm so small compared to her right now. Holy shit. Half elves are generally not very tall. They are taller than elves, but not as tall as regular humans. So maybe I should have set that height slider all the way up, but it's not that important. Okay, I'll go over the rules. Yes, go ahead. I know the rules. No arrows, no magic, etc. I understand. We're ready to fight.
Round 1. Fight!
So this is basically... I pause the game, as you can see. This is the active pause during combat, which is mighty helpful for tactics. So let the girl beat the girl.
We've got company over
let the guys beat the guys, and that's pretty much it. Come on, girl. Wow, holy shit, he was massacred by all 3 of us. Oh man, that was brutal. Okay, give us some time to rest first, because obviously Amy have used all of her freaking magic, and I actually want to cheat a little bit. So let's rest. I'm gonna cast Enlarge Person on her. I mean, she's going to cast Enlarge Person on her own, but there we go. Zoom.
Get in line.
Actually, I do have some magic myself, but I forgot to learn it. Shit. Okay, Cure Light Wounds. This will be the most important spell for me for quite some time in the game. Then Cure Minor Wounds and Resistance. I should have done that, learned the spells before resting, so I could use them on myself, but that really doesn't matter. Okay, let's fight the Mossfelds. Oh, so I need to talk with them to do it. I think he's cornering this one. Stop it, Mossfeld. You're not smart enough to be funny. Who asked you? You little orphan. So yeah, as you can see, these are just your typical village bullies. That's a knife. If you've got a problem, you can take it up with me. Fine then. You want my title? You'll fight my brothers and me. We've beat this brawl 3 years running. About time. You've stalled long enough. Okay. Oh, another rule of this was no bets. So I'm gonna kinda use a neutral response. Sorry, Mossfeld, I don't trust you to pay up. And let's fight. Okay. Pause. So, I was supposed to focus on Will first, I believe. So let's order all of the guys to actually attack him first. The more the merrier. Come on, faster! I'm getting beaten up. Oh, holy shit, they knocked me off. I should have saved the game before this. Come on, only one more. Only one more? No, 2 more actually. Shit. What am I saying? Oh no! Oh crap, this is not good. This is not good. The first time I was doing this, we won in an instant. Come on, Bevel. You're both near death. Well, this is not really death. Oh shit, that was lucky. Oh, I was sure I'm gonna lose this one. Not cool. Okay, so we won everything, which is not as spectacular as one might hope. That's why I was saying it's kinda lazy writing during this tutorial. I mean, I understand this is just a tutorial, but you know, they could make it a little more festive, so to speak. I'm not gonna complain too much. By the way, I think it's about time to save the game. Oh, these are my old saves. Holy crap, I forgot to remove them, so let me call these something different. LP01, as in Let's Play. Because why not? And let's finish this. Was there anything else I could do here, like side quests, etc.? Let me just double check, but I don't think so. I think the only side quest was that the one with the pig. Yeah, I don't recall anything else here, so come on, let's just finish this. Get the trophy and let's move on.
Well played, well played. You've won the cup, and all 4 events. Nobody's done that since Cormac. That warrants a special reward, of course. I have a harvest cloak for you, courtesy of the village council. It'll be yours at the end of the day. If there's anything you wanted to do before the award ceremony, now's the time. Maybe a mug of harvest mead to celebrate, eh?
Good idea. I'll see you in a little while.
I'll meet you at the stage when you're ready for the victory speech. Now, I'm off.
And level up. Nice. So this, you know, this basically just teaches you the ropes and allows you to level up a little bit before the real game begins. Trackless step. Do I want trackless step actually? Trackless step was something of a hiding, wasn't it? Specifics. This feat grants a +4 to competence bonus to hide and move silently checks when in wilderness areas. Ah, crap. Actually, I don't think I want this. How do I... crap. Ah, screw it. Let's keep it. Maybe it will prove useful sometime later in the game. Maybe. Okay, and for these guys, I don't need to really bother with thinking about it. When it comes to trackless step, there were some instances where I actually found it useful as a druid. You could, you know, walk very silently in the woods. You've got basically two hiding skills in this game. It's better to obviously have them both at the same time, hiding in the shadows and what was the other called? Move silently. But druid can only use one of these basically, or it is, you know, he's only proficient in one of these, which is trackless step, which is basically the same as move silently. But maybe I don't know what the game will bring, so it's kind of hard to say if it will be useful or not.
Gather round, mates. Gather round. This harvest fair's a celebration, but it's also a dark anniversary. We all know what else happened on this day. Not so long ago, we nearly lost this village. Almost lost our lives.
You remember the intro cinematic?
Lost it all.
Yeah.
But we came back, cleared burnt farms, buried our dead, and put our ashes behind us. And we rebuilt, tougher and stronger than ever. Long as there's a harvest fair, we won't forget that day. And our young folks, they'll stay tough, long as they compete for the Harvest Cup. So let's hear it for this year's winners. 3 cheers for the Harvest Champions! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
Yay! So yeah, I think the cinematic, the intro cinematic that you've seen is actually very much tied with the events he was talking about right now. Something that will happen later on led me to believe that is almost certainly the case. I might still be wrong, but this is my strong suspicion. But okay, we are starting Act 1, and this will have to wait for the next video.
West Harbor is under attack! You're safe?
Yeah.
Grab a weapon. We need to help defend the village.
Shit is going down. What's going on?
I'm not sure. They came pouring in from the swamp and started tearing the village apart.
We better hurry. I saw some of them following us on our way here. They're likely to hit this house next.
Where's my equipment? I know where's my equipment. Alright, let's go. And as for the video, this will be the end of it right now, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you want to see more, because this is a little different than what I usually cover on this channel, but this is actually what I usually also play, so my channel is expanding in the directions that I always wanted it to expand into. Thanks again for watching, and PixelPolish out.